Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, of the Slightly Influenced podcast. I am joined today with my co-host.
I'm Paul.
And I am Austin. And we're going to get into the juiciest cultural, sports, video game, anything you want to hear, TV. We're going to get into it this week. But before we get into all the news, Paul, how was your week last week? Do you have a good week?
Man, it's busy as fuck, man. Baseball season's coming up. We have baseball this month. We have baseball March 31st, man. Just crunch time right now. Had an eventful weekend. Got pretty fucked up twice. We got fucked up twice this weekend. We did.
That's
three
a new
times?
high score.
Justin's saying 3 times. What was 3 times? You went out on Sunday too, didn't you? How was that?
Our producer.
You fucked up? No.
That's why this episode was late this week. Our producer went out 3 times.
You missed it on Saturday, man. We went to downtown Georgetown by the crib. We could have walked, Justin. I walked yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, that was dumb. But it was a good old time. We had David Ramirez out there.
Get him, DR.
Man, he spent a lot of fucking money, bro.
Did he buy everybody's drinks?
Multiple times.
See, audience at home, I'll never understand this. When you go out, why are you willing to buy other people's drinks? I get maybe a shot or two, but the whole night? What do I look like?
I know,
Santa Claus?
I know I'm not willing to buy everybody shots multiple times. I'd probably get 1 round. But if somebody's willing to be that guy and take one for the team and make sure everybody has a good time, I appreciate it. So shout out to David. I know you're watching, David, at home. Appreciate you.
Did he tell you before or after that he was buying all the drinks?
He just kind of did it.
He just kind of did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't like, let me order your finest glass of memoir or whatever, you know?
He was getting it, bro. He bought a bottle of wine, too.
A whole bottle?
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, he was getting it.
Call it quits.
He was getting it, man. It was a good time. It was a good time, though. What about you? What you been doing?
Well, I went out with you guys.
Thanks for the mark.
Absolutely. That won the fan vote for the drink that we're going to drink this week. So
we had a few
you guys.
lean votes in the comments.
Yep.
We saw you. We saw you in there.
All you lean supporters, you got to come out fighting harder next week if you want us to be double cupped up.
Yep. Show up and show out. Come on.
Wednesday afternoon.
Yep.
Me personally, I went out with you guys. We went to San Marcos.
Best town in the world.
Shout out Sanmo.
I got my t-shirt on today.
You repping the squad.
Hey, eat 'em up cats.
Yes, sir. But we went out to San Marcos on Friday night. And man, I don't know if I ate a questionable piece of chicken or what, but I got food poisoning the next day. Got these boys calling me, hey man, you're missing a killer time out at Georgetown.
You sure did. You sure did. Though.
I'm just trying to hold my guts together at the house. So that's how my weekend went. Speaking of holding it together, LeBron James is injured for the foreseeable future. And it hurts my heart. Hurts my heart bad.
They're in trouble.
Because they were going to make the 6th seed as a playoff team. The Lakers were going to make the 6th seed as a playoff team. If LeBron stayed healthy.
I don't know about 6.
Let me make my argument. Are you ready?
Go for it.
In the remaining 20 games, they play the Thunder twice, and Shea is hurt. They play the Rockets twice, the Jazz twice, the Bulls twice, and another easy team twice. They could have and they're only, you ready? They're only 3 games away from the 6th seed right now.
Okay, but what seed are they right now?
The 12th seed. They're the 12th seed, but all I'm saying is they won 4 out of their last 5 before playing the Grizzlies this past day without LeBron being there. They were on the upswing, man. They were looking like a playoff team. And what kills me is Rob Pelinka sat there and watched the whole season. LeBron is 38, and you got Pelinka just sitting there like, we're going to hold out, which that's a great strategy. If you just let Russell Westbrook's contract expire, you could sign a max player that next free agency, right? But they didn't do that. They waited to the last possible moment, made that trade, and of course LeBron gets hurt immediately, and they're going to miss the playoffs. If they made this trade at the beginning of the season, they would have been like the 5 seed.
Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss are terrorists. They should be on national watch lists. They should be deported.
Explain yourself.
They're burning that fucking franchise to the ground. Like every wrong decision you can make, they're doing it.
Do you think what's the Dr. Buss? Do you think he's sitting there just like
rolling
looking
in his
down
grave
on heaven?
Yeah,
just like
rolling in his grave.
It makes total sense to not trade Russell Westbrook, wait for that contract to expire, and maybe sign like Kyrie in the offseason. But now you traded away that expiring contract. You're locked in with like D'Lo but I like the team that they got now. They got rid of all these small guys. They got rid of Pat Bev. They got rid of Russell. They got in these dudes with girth on them.
Yeah.
You know? They were playing actual basketball listen, I watch Laker games. And that shit with Russ. Hey, look, I love him. I think he's a good role model. But it was just bad basketball.
Yeah.
And they were finally starting to play good basketball.
Yeah.
And he gets hurt.
Well, tonight they do play the Thunder, like you said. That's what's going on tonight. Tonight, Lakers have no Bron, no AD, no D'Lo against a Thunder team who doesn't have Shea either right now. But right now, it's a must-win game for them, right? If they lose this game, they're going to be the 13th seed. And here on out, every game's a must-win game. If they want to make the play-in tournament.
How is AD not playing tonight, man?
Yeah. Who knows?
This is your time.
Yeah.
This is your time to prove yourself. Yeah. And the first immediate game, he can't play.
Yeah.
I know it's on a back-to-back, but what are we doing, folks?
Yeah, it's bad. He's never available, bro. It's awful.
Always damaged.
Yeah.
AD.
Glass bones.
Which, they played the Grizzlies last night. And I'm just going to say, you were shitting on the Western Conference, saying that they're not that good. Ja dropped 39, including 30 point paints. Ja Morant is that dude. He's that guy.
There was some controversy today that came out. I thought this was old news, but it kind of resurfaced today. He punched a 17-year-old in a pickup basketball game. This came out like a few months ago, but I guess a court thing got filed. I don't know what happened. But yeah, he's a fake thug. He wants to put on this persona that he's a hard dude and all that. But I want to say I'm not condoning this. I don't condone punching 17-year-olds, but I kind of get it.
Okay, here's my question.
Do you know what I mean? Like 17-year-olds growing up on...
No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
17-year-olds are like growing up on like Fortnite and Twitch streams with Aiden Ross and I Show Speed. I bet they're fucking annoying, dude. And especially in a pickup basketball game. Like I would probably want to punch one too.
You would,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
If I'm worth $189 million, just signed a Nike contract with my own exclusive shoe, and you want to hang out with your homies from the hood back in the day, just pay them to smack the guy. Pay your homie like $1 million just to be like your bodyguard and be like back up and smack. Like,
Yeah.
Why is John Morant putting himself in these situations?
That's bad. Yeah. He had a Powerade endorsement that came out this morning. It got announced this morning, and like an hour later, the news came out about the whole.
And that's kind of
17-year-old
suspect
shit.
to me. Like, who's holding on to this and waiting for like, oh, I know that John Morant Powerade deal's about to come through. I'm about to release this bombs. Do you remember a couple years ago in the draft, there was a guy named Laramie Tunsil,
Yeah.
and
The day of.
they released a video of him smoking weed,
Gas mask.
and he lost millions of dollars.
Can we
'cause of
show the
that.
gas mask on the screen? That's a hilarious fucking picture, dude. It's like an NBA draft is going on that night, and like they show a picture of Laramie Tunsil having a gas mask on his face with the bong attached to it. It's the funniest picture on the internet.
I'm just gonna say, Jaw's very lucky. Jaw's very lucky Powerade didn't pull out of this deal because most of the time they will.
Yeah.
Most of the time they will.
Speaking of bad timing with legal issues, Jalen Carter projected #1 pick if the Chicago Bears don't trade out of their #1
Lots
pick.
of legal issues this week.
Apparently, he fucking got a dude killed. A teammate killed.
Racing, right?
Yeah.
That's
like ran
so
him off the
sad,
road.
man.
Yeah. Tough.
And he's being like he's gonna go to court and everything. He was like a top 1, 2, 3 pick, right?
If the Bears keep their pick, they're not drafting quarterback, obviously. So it would have been him.
And we're gonna get into that later, folks,
Yeah.
about what the Bears should do with their pick.
Yeah.
But what are you doing?
That's bad.
Why are you racing? What are you trying to prove? This isn't Tokyo Drift. You're about to get generational wealth.
He's got the need for speed.
Wealth that can change your kids' lives, their kids' lives. You could send them to college. You could send your grandkids to college with this money. It's so much money, it's ridiculous. You could own so many homes.
He's a Kansas City Chief member now because of that. He's a Dallas Cowboy.
He'll be lucky if he gets to play, dude. He's about to look like
We'll see.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
dude.
Something about those Bama guys. Oh, he's not a Bama guy. He's a Georgia guy. But yeah, it is tough. Another Bama guy.
Just rolling right off the tongue this week.
A certain Alabama basketball player apparently did something with a gun and ended up with a dead woman.
Do you want me? Or? So I got the full details.
I don't even know the whole story, to be honest.
Okay, how about this? How about this for an experiment? I'll read you the what happened, and then you give me what you think should have been the response. How about that? Okay.
Cool. Let's do it.
On January 15th, Brandon Miller, who is a potential top 10 pick in the NBA, he plays for Alabama.
Hell of a ball player.
Future multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Received a text message from his teammate, Darius Miles, asking for Miller to bring him his joint. Now, I don't know about you guys. I might not be up on my street slang. I did not know that joint meant gun.
Joink.
Joink.
No, I don't know. I'm saying that.
So anyways, Brandon Miller gets this text message from his teammate, bring me my gun. All right? His gun, not Brandon Miller's gun, the teammate's gun. So Miller arrives to this location wherever Darius is, and Darius gets in the back of Miller's car with a woman. And that's where he receives the gun from Miller, and after an argument breaks out, the woman gets shot in the back of Miller's car.
Oh, so he's in the car, like in the driver's seat the whole time?
They don't know if he was in the driver's seat or not, but it was in the back of his car that she was shot.
But he was in the car at the same time.
I did not read that in the article did not specify, but I will say he probably was.
Well, that makes him an accomplice.
The next day, Alabama announces that the shooter, Miles, not Miller, Miles, will miss the rest of the season with an injury. And no comment is made about Miller.
Okay.
He played and dropped 30 and 10 that day. After being made public, the police chief in Alabama said that there was nothing they could charge Miller with. The coach said he was in the wrong place in the wrong time and later received criticism from the woman that died. Her family criticized the coach for saying that. And then after being made public that he was involved in this, he dropped 41 points.
And a game winner. So, Paul, what is your opinion on this story? Where do you fall on this? He's an accomplice. It's the typical Alabama golden boy athlete, run that shit out under the rug kind of situation where they kind of just sweep it under. He's guilty. He's an accomplice.
Guilty of what?
Being an accomplice to murder.
Define what you mean. Like
he brought him the gun. He's in the car while she got shot.
Well, let me break it down from my point of view.
He's probably spamming the fucking lock button on the door.
No.
He's in the car, bro.
If you text me, bring me my gun.
Would you bring it?
If it was your gun, absolutely. I don't know why I was borrowing your gun in the first place.
How much do you hate the girl?
There's no text messages talking about the girl or anything. All it said was, bring me my gun. And he brought him his gun, which I feel like you can't... Listen.
I blame it on toxic relationships. Let's be better, man. Let's have better relationship with women. Cheers to that.
Hey, I'm married, so...
Let's go.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. The legal system, the police... The courts are saying he did nothing wrong. So if that's good enough for the police, which, I mean, they don't need any excuse to arrest anybody. You know what I mean? If that's good enough for the police, that's good enough for me. Let him play. Let him play. Because he has the opportunity, like I said earlier, to generate wealth beyond imagine. And you can't take that away from somebody because somebody else made a mistake. Now, Brandon Miller, you got to be smarter, man. You can't make these type of mistakes because people are looking to take it away from you.
Oh, there's a target on your back now, for sure. I think Tuscaloosa PD are on Saban's payroll. Yeah.
Well, he is a basketball player, not a football player.
I know, but Saban kind of runs that whole fucking school. But
we need a little
more
action here.
I like this little mixer, though. It's pretty good.
That mixer is delicious.
like
Republic, folks. Yeah, Republic gets you right. Here you go. You gonna get us right?
I got you. Let's do
it. It just makes me sad. All these stories, all these stories with Brandon Miller or freaking John Morant.
Well, it's sad that
Georgia.
a girl's fucking dead now too. Let's talk about that. The girl's life is gone.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
It's like there is no winner in all this. And it's all because you just couldn't act smarter. You couldn't separate yourself from the situation.
Don't hang out with murderers, folks.
Great advice.
Yeah.
If you ever find yourself in a room with a couple of murderers, try and get out of that room.
If you're friends with a buddy who has a gun,
We know some.
yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, not just owning a gun, but also like, oh, bring me this gun. I'm gonna fucking do some shit. Even though you think he's not serious, chances are, he could just.
He said, "Bring me my joint, bruh. Bring me my joint." And
one
then
bad
I'm
day.
just supposed to expect that he's gonna murder somebody.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. I think bring me my gun.
Our producer.
What do you do with guns?
Our producer owns a gun.
Yeah, I'm not saying like
If he asks for his gun, I'm bringing him his gun.
you're not gonna ask what for.
No. Well, first of all, I'm not sure why I have his gun in the first place.
Yeah,
You
why
know,
do it? Yeah.
why? You're about to be so rich, so rich. You could afford 3 phones.
You can have
can
3
afford your-
guns.
yeah.
you have your own gun.
Why are you borrowing people's guns? Do the donors at Alabama not pay enough money?
I'm sure they do.
My God, man. This kid is on the verge of getting drafted, just like the Georgia kid.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, in the NFL draft, what are the Bears going to do with that first overall pick?
I can promise you there is a 99% chance that the Bears don't draft at 1. I will suck a dick live on stream if Bears draft at 1. I will guarantee you that.
So what is your prediction right now? Who is drafting with the first overall pick?
It's going to be a bidding war between the Colts and the Texans, whoever wants that first quarterback more. The whole quarterback situation is getting really weird. The combine's this week, and all 4 guys are going to be there. Those top 4 quarterbacks are going to be there. But Bryce Young isn't throwing.
At all?
He's not throwing at the combine.
I wouldn't throw either.
He's going to weigh in shorter than Kyler.
He's like 5'9".
Yeah.
They got him listed as 6 foot.
He's going to weigh in lighter than Kyler too, weight-wise, and he's not as athletic as Kyler.
And Kyler Murray's biggest problem is that he's undersized.
Yeah.
It really is.
And Bryce Young doesn't have that athletic ability that Kyler has. He is athletic, but not near as Kyler is. So
he has way fewer rushing yards, but he is way more accurate throwing the football.
he is. But these other 3 guys are going to work out, probably not as much as CJ Stroud at the combine, and they're going to put up great combine numbers, especially Levis and Richardson. Especially Richardson, they're going to do great combine numbers, I think. It's going to help their stock a lot. I know if the Colts draft up to 1, I am licking my chops at Anthony Richardson right now.
Really?
Yeah. You know who they hired as their head coach?
Who?
The Eagles OC.
Oh.
So a backfield with Richardson and Jonathan Taylor, that'll be like a wet dream for that head coach.
I would rather, if I'm the Colts, just trade for Justin Fields if that's my game plan.
No, he's not on sale.
What do you mean?
Justin Fields is not on sale.
Well, if you're the Bears and you were to keep that number 1 pick, he would be on sale. You know what I mean?
Justin Fields for the Bears?
Yeah.
They're not trading Justin Fields.
Well, it's either keep the number 1 pick or keep Justin Fields. It's not both, in my opinion.
They would trade down for the Colts and like swap like a 3rd rounder or something, or a 2nd rounder.
I'm saying, but if they don't trade down, right? And me personally, if I'm the Texans, I'm not trading up for 1 pick.
You want to give up too much. Probably like a 3rd rounder.
Yeah, but if I'm the Bears, I'm like, okay, never mind then.
It's not between them and the Bears. It's between them and the Colts. You want to pick up the Colts because they're going to be bidding for that Bears pick too. So
yeah.
Your thought process is to trade with the Bears before the Colts can. That's the thought process.
If you're the Texans?
If you're the Texans, yeah.
Well, if you're the Colts, you would have to offer more, to get that. And I think they should trade with the Colts, personally.
Yeah.
I think they should get Bryce Young, the Colts, personally. But what I will say is...
I'd be terrified if I'm a GM for any NFL team to draft him right now, There's like... The size is a big thing, bro.
Very big thing.
I don't know.
And it's very scary. But let me break down a couple of things. The Texans have the 2nd and 12th pick. The Colts have the 4th pick. The Raiders have the 7th pick. All have interest in the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
The Bears this offseason. Are you ready for this one? This is a mind-blowing stat. The Bears have $98 million in cap space.
Yep.
More than any other team by like a country mile. They have the ability to go from 3 to 12, in my humble opinion, to like a wild card team in 1 year.
There's a lot of gaps.
Lot of gaps, but I think you can fill them if you trade away that number 1 pick, get several like mid-round picks back for it, and you fill out that team. You fill out your offensive line, because God knows. But you ready for this one? They have $98 million to spend. Orlando Brown from the Chiefs, he's going to be a free agent.
Yep.
Jesse Bates, the safety from the Bengals, he's going to be a free agent. You could bolster your defense. You could bolster your offense. You could draft a wide receiver. You could draft a tight end. You have the ability. I mean, Justin Fields had 1143 rushing yards last year.
Yeah, he had a hell of a season.
Hell of a season.
Yeah.
I think it's imperative that you build around. You only have 2 more years on his rookie contract before shit really starts to hit the fan.
I don't think the Colts
I think you
are that
bet on
far.
him.
Yeah, I would too. I don't think the Colts are that far from being a good team. They're probably a quarterback away.
The
I mean,
Colts, yeah,
Last year they're projected to be like a top team, and they just shit the bed.
because Matt Ryan,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, who's their coach? It's Jeff Saturday. I mean, it's
Well, not
like,
anymore. They
wait, who'd they hire?
they hired the OC from the Eagles. I just said that.
Oh,
Yeah,
was he
yeah.
just interim last year?
He was interim, which is really weird. I don't know why they did that. Just a PR move, I guess. But really odd.
I'm gonna say it now. I don't think the Eagles' offensive coordinator is. I mean, you might bring over the QB sneak, but what else is he gonna do?
Run heavy offense, bro. You have Jonathan Taylor and a rushing quarterback and Anthony Richardson if you draft him. I think it's
I don't know,
a match
man.
made in heaven, I think.
Do you know who the leading receivers were for the Bears? You can't be a run-heavy offense and win, bro.
The Eagles just did it.
Did they win?
They got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they lost.
But they got there.
All I'm trying to say is at some point in time, you got to be able to put the pigskin in the air, brother. You got to be able to fling that thing. Like you said, when was the last time the leading rusher in the Super Bowl got paid more than $2 million?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Getting there is the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of airing the ball out, I think Will Levis is the most talented quarterback prospect in there, I think.
Paul, sometimes I'm like, did you just smoke crack before this episode?
Dude.
I'm like,
You
where
don't-
do you get these opinions
You don't watch
from?
any film. You don't watch any of this shit, apparently.
Okay, go ahead and make your case, because I got all sorts of stats in front of me saying otherwise.
He's got the best arm talent in that draft class by far.
Arm talent.
Yes.
Okay. How so?
Do you watch film on him, bro? Like, he's
I've
slinging
seen
that shit,
I've seen
man.
some Will Levy's film,
Yeah,
actually.
he's slinging that shit. It's the same situation as Mahomes at Texas Tech. Yeah, they didn't win games, but he's showing that he's a good quarterback. Like,
Who's the Ohio State quarterback from like several years ago that could throw the ball like 85 yards? Cardell Jones.
him. I was thinking the guy who died, but yeah.
Just because somebody can throw the ball hard doesn't mean that they're a good prospect.
That's what they're looking for these days. I'm not saying that he should, but I'm saying he's gonna be looked at heavily. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for these Josh Allen type guys and Mahomes type guys. Everybody looks for that now.
Here's what's so funny to me, audience. People are looking for Josh Allen type prototypes. He's yet to prove himself in the NFL.
Yes, he has.
He has not won one Super Bowl.
He's a top 3 quarterback right now. Probably top 2.
He hasn't even made it to a Super Bowl, bro.
Dude, he's like 26.
Would you not make the argument that he didn't play good
He played great
versus
this
the
year.
Bengals?
I mean, in the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, when it matters.
But he's a top 3 quarterback right now, and you can't say he's not.
I absolutely. But
Who's top 3 quarterbacks then, right now?
If you look at his numbers, it looks kind of rough. There's a lot of interceptions in there that lost them games this year.
Give me your top 3 quarterbacks right now.
Top 3 quarterbacks, easy. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow,
maybe
Jalen Hurts.
You're on drugs.
Jalen Hurts. He'll make you hurt, brother.
You're on drugs.
He'll make you hurt. Okay, let me break down a couple. First of all, CBS released a new mock draft today. And it has the Colts trading up to the number 1 pick, which I think is very likely to happen. And they have Anthony Richardson from Florida going number 1 to the Colts.
Seeing more and more of that. It used to be Young, Stroud, Levis, Richardson in that order, right? For top quarterbacks. And now Stroud is like the bottom guy.
Yeah.
And he's going like 1 in some mock drafts like 2 months ago. So where the fuck did his stock go?
Well, how many times do you have to get burned on Ohio State quarterbacks before you start saying to yourself, I'm not drafting an Ohio State quarterback?
I get it. I mean, but Justin Fields is going off last season.
It's true. It's true.
Like,
well, let me read you a couple stats. So first of all, in the CBS mock draft, they had the Texans selecting Bryce Young number 2.
that's fine.
And then they had the Panthers taking Will Levis number 3rd. And then CJ Stroud goes 9th. You ready to this one? To the Ravens because they let Lamar walk. So let me give you some stats, folks, for the people at home. So the quarterback from Florida, his last name is Richardson. He threw for 2,500 yards last year on 54% passing. 17 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, but we'll add in 654 rushing yards. So an all right season. Just about 3,000 yards on 55% passing.
But they went like 7-5 in the season. They're like 6-6. They like didn't win any games.
I know.
They're bad.
I know. And I'm not saying here's the problem. If you're passing 55% in college, it's probably going to be lower in the NFL. And if it's any lower than 55%, you're going to be struggling.
But it goes back to the whole Mahomes and Josh Allen shit that they're looking for these days. Those guys weren't great college quarterbacks. Josh Allen played for fucking Wyoming, dude.
You got to be accurate though, man. In the NFL, if you put a ball off by a couple of inches, that's getting picked off, bro.
The combines this week, I think both of those guys are going to show out. Richardson and Levis. I think they're going to have really good fucking combines.
All I'm saying is Will Levis had 19 touchdowns to 10 interceptions last year, man. I mean, that's just not good enough. That's not good enough. Bryce Young, 32 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. 5 interceptions for Bryce Young to 32 touchdowns.
A lot of that comes down to scheme, too, though. He plays for Bama, one plays for Kentucky.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just throw a slant and touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But CJ Stroud, 41 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. I find it kind of insulting to put Will Levis above CJ Stroud. What did Will Levis prove he could do?
It's not about the college numbers. It's about your prospects, your intangibles, your size, your speed, shit like that. That's not going to show up when you're playing for Ohio State, where you're going to get 41-3 blowout games every week. You know, like,
you know what Will Levis screams to me? Mitchell kissing titties. That's what it looks like to me.
I agree. It's either that or it's Josh Allen. I don't think there's any in between right there.
That's fair.
I don't think it's any in between. I think it's those two right there. Like,
I just think, and Josh Allen's biggest problem right now, and the reason he can't make it to a Super Bowl is because he's inaccurate. He's inaccurate.
Yeah.
He was missing passes when they were playing the Bengals in the playoffs. That's a fact, Jack. So write it down in your Scrabble book, buddy. It's part of the word collection now.
you need a drink. I want to try one of these. I'm going for this.
Speaking of shit changing up, like the quarterback situation in the NFL, have you seen this new MLB pitch clock?
Yeah. A lot of it's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I like it. I like it in the sense that it makes the games faster. But a game should never be decided on that.
False.
We had a game out there.
Step in the box.
We had a game at Dell Diamond this weekend. It was LSU versus like Sam Houston or somebody. I forgot who it was. It was K-State. The spread was 3.5 for LSU. LSU's at 4, bottom of the ninth, right? K-State's up to bat. They got a guy on base. They can cover the spread with a run right now. Okay, 2 strikes. The guys are up ready to pitch. The batter stops out of the box for a second, and they call strike 3 because he took too long. The batter.
Get in the box.
Dude, you can't decide a game on that, bro. You can't decide a game on that.
Are we playing baseball or tiddlywinks?
Man.
Get in the box, brother. It's time to bat. It is first of all, the only person that cares that game ended because of that was you, because of betting. Who cares?
What if it's the World Series? Like, there's World Series circumstances in the past where there's like a pitching matchup and he's taking his time and it's a heated fucking moment because he's standing there, the crowd's cheering, everybody's fucking go, go, go. He's taking his time and it's a heated fucking moment and he pitches and it's gonna take a while, but it's a cool moment, bro. Like,
Nope. Oh, okay,
I don't want to speed that up.
That's like saying, oh God, what if I have somewhere I really gotta be today? That means I can speed. You gotta follow the fucking rules, man.
It's just,
you gotta follow the rules. Get in the goddamn box and swing the goddamn bat, man.
They should have that for the first 6 innings. The last 3, I'd say scrap it.
Get rid of the pitch clock in the last 3.
Yeah, or the last inning, or just the ninth.
I will say, the only thing I got written down for this is it increases the game from instead of lasting 3 hours and 15 minutes, on average, they last 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is like a good 45-minute reduction.
Yeah. I went to a baseball game last night. I went to an LSU Texas ball game. Fucking snoozer, man. There wasn't a run scored till the ninth. 3-hour ball game, longer than that. I think it was 3:15.
How's it a 3-hour ball game if there's no runs getting scored?
Just fucking pitching, man. I don't know. They would get the bases loaded and then fucking strike out the third guy. Like, bad. Wasn't so bad for me though. I was in the suite, so I was just chilling, drinking some free beer. But that's what baseball's good for, right?
That's what it's about.
If you're at a game drinking beer, it's cool. But if you're at home on the couch watching a baseball game, it's like, okay.
You're like, I need a beer to watch this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more of an atmosphere thing, I think.
It's a pastime. You know?
Yeah.
You're supposed to go to the old ball game.
That's what it's for.
Get some popcorn. You know, maybe a hot dog. I don't even think they should televise the games anymore. Make it so that, like, you gotta go to see that shit, you know? Because I'll say, we went to a baseball game not too long ago, and it was a good old time.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't necessarily paying attention. It was the Rangers versus the Angels, and both of them were sucking ass.
But if you're like the heads of the MLB, if you're Rob Manfred and you want kids to start caring about baseball instead of basketball and football, which it's really getting really lopsided on that end.
Sure.
Why are you scheduling games during school times, like 3 p.m. games on Tuesdays? You know, like kids are gonna care. Kids are gonna watch that. Like,
what I'll say too is like the money making potential with baseball is so much higher, but it seems like nobody picks it.
yeah,
You know, like Patrick Mahomes was like a top 10 MLB draft, and he was like, no, I'd rather get CTE.
Kyler Murray too. Yeah.
But like, I guess you got to think that like the brand deals are probably way better to like go to the NFL than the MLB. Who do you even know in the MLB with a brand deal?
We went to a Texas Rangers game, and they're playing the fucking Los Angeles Angels, who have two of the best baseball players we'll probably ever see in our lifetime.
Ever.
Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei is
And nobody
the
fucking
truth.
cares. It was empty in there, man.
Empty.
Like, how do you market this sport better? I don't have any ideas. Do you have any ideas how you
I think
fix this?
The
Like,
first problem is they play way too many games.
way too many.
Way
Yeah.
too many games.
150.
162?
Yeah, well, that's Major League, yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, how many games does it take to figure out who is better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drop it down to like 80. Okay, we're about to get flamed up. The baseball fans are going to be
they're
like,
coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have no idea what it really means to watch baseball.
listen, I watch the playoffs every year because that's what matters.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, suck one easy, buddy. We're trying to make baseball fun to watch, so we'll watch it.
I have two propositions to make the sport better.
Okay.
One, allow steroids. Bring them back.
Please bring them back,
Bring 'em back.
folks.
That's way more entertaining. I want to see home runs. I want to see Barry Bonds just fucking slam shit out the park. Number
Put
two,
Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
should
That's
be
a
100%.
crime.
Yeah. Number two, bring back the juiced balls
Bring them back.
for every game.
Fucking put balls with like fucking rocket fuel on them.
Do you remember the
Whatever you gotta do.
it was a few years ago, the Field of Dreams game they had? It was Yankees and like White Sox.
Do more shit like that.
Yeah, that was cool. And they had the juice balls for like that game and like a few other primetime games where they had like higher wattage rates.
Play in
Bring
the polo grounds.
Yeah. That may be a boring game. I don't know. But yeah, just make it more exciting, man. Capitalize on the good parts of baseball. Home runs, shit like that.
We're not talking out of hate. You
I
know,
like baseball. I fucking work in baseball, man.
I like baseball as well, but I
Yeah.
just think that there are certain things you could do to make the game more entertaining.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there's simple fixes. And I think good on you, MLB. This was a great and I've seen a lot of hate on Twitter, but like it does make the game more fun to watch, don't you think?
I'm worried they probably aren't going to keep it.
You don't think?
After all the backlashes on Twitter right now, they're probably not going to keep it around.
I mean, that's like back in the day. Could you imagine in like the 1960s whenever they introduced the shot clock in basketball and people were like, "This isn't basketball at all. The games used to be 6-4, now they're 80-40. This is awful."
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's the exact same shit. Just wear your seatbelts, folks. Get airbags in your car. Like shit changes throughout the times. You can't drink alcohol and drive anymore, y'all. You know what I mean?
You can't smoke cigs in the cafe anymore, fellas. You gotta.
13-year-olds can't work as chimney sweeps anymore, man. Like, why does a pitcher get 45 seconds to throw one pitch?
Yeah.
They throw like 100 in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the fucking pitch.
Yeah.
Although I will say, we're about to see a spike in Tommy John surgery.
Probably.
Think about that.
Yeah. I can see it.
Alrighty. Paul, do you want to tell a story that scared you since you didn't reveal one last week?
I don't know if I have one. Do you get one of these?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have one, dude, to be honest.
You got anything interesting? Something you want to share with the audience?
Dude, honestly, not really. It's been fucking working.
Just been working, huh?
Yeah, lots of work right now. So.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little something. This is a little personal about me. I've been looking at homes to buy homes from Zillow. This shit is nuts, homie.
Yeah, that's not good.
This shit is crazy, big dog.
Yeah.
How can anybody afford to live anywhere?
Yeah.
And then okay. So the Fed raised interest rates on loans, right? So all that basically meant is normal people can't afford to buy these overinflated homes. And so the housing prices are dropping a little bit. Do you think you'll be able to afford to buy a home in your lifetime?
It's going to be a while.
Your life?
I'm going to have to rent until I'm 30.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, at least. I mean, like.
I think when my parents bought a home, way back in the day, it was like $60K
Yeah.
to buy a home.
Yeah. And then you have these fucking TikTok guys who are landlords who just buy houses cheap, fix them up, and rent them for like
More.
way more. That's not even worth. But I kind of inflates the whole fucking thing too. But the whole thing's fucked.
We live in Austin too. The rent is nutty down here.
Yeah,
I pay more for homes in other places.
Mm-hmm. Our rent is like more than a house note would be for most homeowners right now.
Yeah.
Like Justin owns a fucking house. I think my rent's more than your fucking house note is. Twice. 2,000 is your house note. My rent's like fucking 15. I mean, pretty damn close.
You got to pay. Does that include your home insurance and everything?
Yeah.
Damn.
But I have 4 bedrooms.
All right.
You did for word, yeah. But still, it's pretty fucked.
I'm just saying, man. This shit makes me sad, bro. How are you supposed to settle down and start a family and shit and start doing that crap?
They don't want it. They don't want you to. They don't want you to reproduce.
They want my adrenochrome?
Yeah.
How dare they? How dare they? I know I talked last week about the fucking train derailing with the chemicals and everything.
Yeah.
But it just kind of seems like the Wonder Bread's tasting a little different as of recent.
Man, it's the fluoride in the water.
They're trying to control you.
You ever talk to somebody in public and they just give you that fluoride stare?
Oh, man. Dude. I just feel like Uber drivers, hear me out on this one, y'all. I feel like Uber drivers are on a mission to announce how crazy they are as soon as they pick you up.
Give me your impression of like a Middle Eastern Uber driver.
I'll leave the Middle Eastern part out, but I'll just
give me Harry Potter as
I'm
an
gonna
Uber
give
driver.
I'm gonna give Brooklyn Uber driver.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Hey, what the fuck? Hey, you getting in here with a mask? What are you, some sort of sheep? I don't believe in vaccines and masks or nothing like that.
Sir, my turn was 2 blocks ago.
Hey, you shut the fuck up, buddy. I'm trying to tell you what I feel about COVID. All this is a conspiracy, buddy. Hey, Uber driver,
My
shut
apartment's
the fuck
back
up.
there. You passed my turn.
I got a newsflash for every Uber driver out there. I don't give a shit about your political opinions, whatever they are.
I like the Uber drivers with the karaoke machine in the back.
Yeah,
Just like
man.
the dance.
Put on the karaoke and shut the hell up.
Yeah, or just don't talk at all.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, well, like, listen, I'm fine with a nice casual conversation with the Uber driver.
I'm not. I don't want to talk at all.
But don't start hitting me with the, have you looked into the Epstein Island? No, homie, I'm just on my way to fucking Waffle House right now,
They
man.
be saying the most obscure shit, but like the more you listen to him, you're like, damn, he's kind of got a point. Like, damn, that's kind of valid.
You think so?
No, I know it. I know he's wrong, but the more I sit there and listen to him, he's like, he just knows how to talk or something, you know? Like pretty
You know-
influential on me.
It makes me wish I just had a little. This is gonna sound weird, but I wish I had a little thing of chloroform form that I could just put on a rag and just put him right over his. Just shut up,
Oh,
man.
that was kind of weird though.
You know, like I don't need the commentary on this $30 Uber driver that I'm paying for.
30's generous, man. At some point.
Very generous.
Yeah. Fuck.
And you know, I didn't grow up in the day and age of taxis, so I don't know what that service was like.
Where did the fucking taxis go? When's the last time you seen a taxi?
I've taken one taxi in my life, and it was the worst experience of
Like
my
an
life.
airport taxi? Or
Airport taxi, yeah.
didn't you lose your wallet? Or that was Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. A close friend of ours lost our wallet in a taxi. Good luck chasing that down.
Probably halfway to Mexico. I know Dallas guy has like social security card in his wallet too. I bet you do.
Are you?
You have a social security wallet? Yeah, you do. Steal his wallet. Steal his fucking wallet.
You don't keep your social in your wallet?
No, I got it memorized.
Where you keep it in your mom's house?
7767.
Is that where you keep your social security?
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, it's my mom's house. Yeah, I got it memorized though. I know my driver's license number.
Prove
I know
it.
Mute me. Put a censored bar over my
What's
mouth.
your favorite social security number?
There's a Taco Bell that used to ask for my social every time.
You give it to him?
He's a nice guy. Yeah,
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I just feel like just the general, like a crazy person goes out of their way to announce the fact that they are crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like you just keep that shit to yourself, big dog.
It's like they're trying to convince themselves at the same time too.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Alrighty.
I want to talk about the Clippers.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the club.
Fucking Clippers, man. It's depressing.
I got a couple notes on them. Hold on.
These past 3 games, the first 3 games we got Russ too, actually, bro. Russ has been playing good.
2 overtime losses?
2 overtime losses. Yeah. Against good teams, the Kings and the Nuggets, and then last night we lost to the Timberwolves, which was winnable too. Just another fourth quarter collapse.
Not a good team.
Ty Lue, I don't know if he's just too buddy with these players or what, but there's no reason Marcus Morris should be getting fourth quarter minutes or overtime minutes for that matter, bro. He's a cone.
I think Ty Lue is everybody gives him so much praise, but
Because that one ring.
I don't think he's that good.
Let's get that one ring.
Here's what I'm gonna say. First of all, they played the Timberwolves. This is the last game that they played. Rudy Gobert is a fraud.
Yeah.
Straight up fraud.
We knew that already, though.
How did they?
Yeah.
What are the Timberwolves doing? Trading 4 first-round draft picks for Rudy Gobert? He can't guard the pick and roll at all.
That's a whole thing, too, about when playoffs come, these big men like him and Jokic especially gonna get fucking exposed with that pick and roll when playoffs come. It's gonna be bad.
Well, here's what I'll say about the Clippers. I think the addition of Russ was a good addition because, like, he could push the pace. I don't think he should be starting. I think you take him off the bench and he pushes the pace because I don't know how many times I saw him, like, dribble the ball all the way down the court, go into, like, a back down, and then make a bad decision off the back down. You know what I mean?
I think it's a better play initiator than any other point guard we have. Like, we have any right now. There's Bones Highland, who's kind of a point guard.
I like Terrence Mann.
Terrence Mann's kind of a point guard too, but not really.
I know, but have him starting, man.
He should be getting those fourth quarter minutes over Marcus Morris or Batum. Why the fuck Batum, man? You seen that freestyle where they
break it down.
Fourth quarter crypto got my tool in. Why the fuck Batum, man? You seen that the freestyle on Twitter? It's hilarious.
Why the fuck is Batum in?
Why the fuck is Batum in
fourth quarter?
Man,
what are we doing,
dude? Him and Marcus Morris are corner sitters.
I feel bad
Paul
for Kawhi.
George.
I feel bad for Kawhi.
Did you see the Paul George interview yesterday with JJ Redick on his podcast?
Where he said he wasn't good enough?
Oh my fucking god, dude. There's no reason any max player for any team should be using the word can't. He said he can't do this alone, and he has to be a number 2 guy.
I mean,
why are you using the word can't? You're a fucking max player, bro. I have 4 things. I have 4 bullet points about Paul George. I got 4 of them. I'm listing
These
them
are
off.
hidden bullet points.
Paul George cares way too much about how he's viewed in the media than about how much he cares to win.
Okay.
Doesn't care about winning. Doesn't give a fuck. He cares about how he's perceived, right? He blames all of his other fucking teammates for his own bad turnover passes that he fucking does. And when he dribbles the ball off his fucking knee, which brings me to my second point. His handle is way too loose, just fucking sloppy. I don't want to see him dribble anymore, man. It's bad. Too many fucking turnovers. Number 3. No self-awareness. Ditzy is the word I like.
Ditzy?
He's ditzy.
Well, I mean, these are some shots, Paul, at your favorite team being fired.
He cares way too much about getting his friends on the team and getting his buddies involved. Let's go get Russ. Even when the fucking front office didn't even want Russ. They didn't want Russ.
Paul George and Markieff Morris?
Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris were the only 2 people on that team that wanted Russ.
That's the whole friend circle right there. Is those 3 guys.
Okay.
It's a big problem on the fucking Clippers right now. Cares about that more than the winning lineups. Like I said, how Terrence Mann should be in those fourth quarter situations.
Do you think Paul George likes Kawhi Leonard? Like on a personal level? Like are they friends? Do you think they hang out?
They don't hang out. There's no way. I don't think so.
Right.
No.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think Kawhi likes anybody.
I think it's a similar situation to Russell Wilson on the Broncos,
Broncos?
where he has his own fucking office upstairs and shit.
Let me say
Like,
this.
I have my fourth point about Paul George first.
Just real quick. The Broncos are fucking trash.
Yeah, they're bad.
And they will stay trash.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 4, the fear. He's fearsome. He's tired. He's scared. Just collapses in crunch time, and we've seen that in the bubble every postseason since then.
It's like hitting the side of the backboard. It just makes you cringe.
Falling apart when it comes to the fucking clutch, dude.
But why are you shitting so much on Paul George? You act like Kawhi didn't hang up like 15 points in crucial playoff games.
Which game? The past 3 games or in playoff games?
Playoff games.
Which one?
Last year, wasn't there a couple of games where he was like 12 points, 15 points?
He didn't play in the playoffs last year.
Ooh, that's right. It was the year before whenever they were playing versus whatever. Who gives a fuck about the Clippers? They're trash. Paul George isn't good enough. He said it himself, bud.
It's flawed. The whole thing's flawed. They got to make some changes. The whole thing that was Doc Rivers' problem is his failure to make adjustments. This is Ty Lue's fucking time to say, hey, I'm better than Doc Rivers. I can turn this team around. I can win with this team. Without LeBron, I can win. And this is time to do it. There's no excuses, bro. We have the best fucking roster in the league, probably. We have the best roster top to bottom. There's no excuses, bro.
I think if you want to make a real push, you need a guy that can defend 5 through 3 at least.
And we have at least 2.
But like
You can probably say 4. We have at least 2 of those guys.
you don't have a guy that can guard a center, like a dominant. You don't have anybody that can guard Joel Embiid.
We got a guy who can hang in there, not guard him. Zubac or Mason Plumlee. Who
Hey,
can,
shout out DR because he's the only one repping Zubac.
yeah, they both can hang in there. They can't hold him for under 25. But that's really all you need from them. Like,
I'm sure Embiid would just snatch boards down off.
Yeah.
Or Jokic would also snatch boards down off him, bro.
that's the thing. Offensive rebounds when it hurts, bro, because you got Russell Wilson boxing on his own teammates and shit. Like,
Westbrook.
You know what I meant.
Not Russell Wilson because he's also trash.
Yeah. It's just fucking hard to watch, man. It's really painful. Like,
We're getting the shot signal.
you want to take a shot? Fuck. I don't know if I can. I'll do it. All right. I need like a mixed one though.
Little margarita mix shot. You want one, Justin? Producer?
Yeah, I can
You're going to have to take a swig out of the bottle here,
get
brother.
in here. Oh boy. Fucking tequila. Give me this one. I want this one.
No.
You poured that one heavy. I saw you,
That's your
cocksucker.
one.
Pour it
Pour
in.
a little bit back in there. I thought it was slightly influenced, not slightly.
Dude, my stomach hurt.
Here, get you a little of that. All right, Justin, get you in here, bud.
Fucking Clippers, man. Okay.
Here's the episode 4, y'all.
Cheers.
Hell of a ride. I'll tell you what. Every week it just gets more and more. It just gets tastier every week. Don't know how we do it.
I know you're not on Spotify. You're an Apple Music boy, which is
Apple Music, fam. Come
frowned
on
upon.
now.
It's kind of questionable.
What do you mean?
I don't like Apple Music, man.
Okay.
One of the reasons is that new fucking...
You used to be a Tidal boy, so
Oh,
don't
Tidal
even
was
come at me.
cool, man. That lossless quality they had, it was really good. It was really cool. But Spotify just came out with that AI DJ thing. I don't know if you saw that yet.
No.
It's pretty cool. It like goes off your listening history. You remember like as a kid when you listened to the radio before we had like iPhones and shit, and like you
Kenny
wait,
95.
yeah, Kenny 95.
Yeah.
You wait for like your favorite song to come on, and you get that fucking serotonin boost from like them finally playing your song.
Ooh, they did it.
And the radio DJ would say like, up next we got Justin Timberlake, "Sexy Back" type shit. You're like, hell yeah, let's go. They did that, but it's like a real DJ. It's not a real DJ. It's like an AI voice.
Is it like an AI voice you recognize, like Steve
No.
Buscemi?
It's just some fucking dude.
Okay.
Like, that would be cool.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like,
Up next, Harry Styles.
Who's the guy with the who put the watch up his ass in that movie?
up next. Oh, I'm Christopher Walken. Oh, you're gonna listen to Harry Styles. Oh,
They put the watch on my ass.
up my ass, man. So this
The Weekend.
so-
Blinding Lights.
So a computer tells you what to watch or listen to, and
Yeah.
you listen to it.
It like goes off your listening history and your habits, and it's like, oh, so we got this next 3 songs for you. And I just gotta show it to you, bro. It's so cool.
So, have you ever heard a song on the AI DJ program that you'd never heard before that
Yeah.
you liked?
It mixes in with like with your style, and it gives you more of that too mixed in.
So I'm saying, like, have you added a song?
Oh, have I added the ones they recommended me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened.
So it's
Yeah.
that good of a,
Yeah,
of a AI
It's pretty good.
system.
I like it a lot.
You know what scares me about that, bud? You know what scares me about that? Is that AI is getting to be too good. And you know what? I think TikTok has some sort of AI algorithm to where it forces our little monkey brains to watch more TikTok.
Oh, it's wired me in.
And have you heard what TikTok is doing? What new rule they're enforcing in the United States? If you're under the age of 18, after 2 hours, I believe, or something like that, you have to get like permission to keep watching
Good.
if you're a teenager.
That's why Ja punched that 17-year-old.
Because of TikTok?
Yeah.
What are we going to do, man?
About what?
Society is going to fall apart with this TikTok thing, man.
Society. AI is gonna run us. We're in the Matrix right now.
Yeah, man. It's happening right now. TikTok is the end of civilization as we know it. Stop reposting.
Yeah.
Stop scrolling.
I know the first thing I wake up, first thing I do is scroll.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
See, I don't have TikTok because like if you never started drinking, would you want to?
But it's inevitable. Like you're gonna drink one day.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, you're gonna scroll TikTok one day.
You think I am?
What do you replace
You
it
think
with?
I'm not strong enough?
You probably scroll TikTok on your girlfriend or your wife's phone.
You think I do that?
Probably.
You think I lay in bed and sometimes watch her TikTok? Because I totally don't do that.
probably lean over and be like, "Hey, it's pretty cool, pretty good."
But it's not as good as my TikTok would be if I had one, because it would be like crab
Minecraft.
videos and blue lobster
Blue
videos, you know, and like Breaking Bad Minecraft videos, you know,
Yeah.
just like straight cancer memes, you
Yeah,
know.
that's what mine is. Yeah.
But my whole thing is like that is not healthy. It's not healthy for anyone to absorb that much blue light in one day.
I mean, we do so much
know what I
unhealthy
mean?
shit as it is. So like, what's one more bad vice? You know?
That's like saying, man, I'm already doing crystal meth. Might as well pop some heroin real quick.
Yeah, I think it's valid.
Only if you're homeless.
I mean, this isn't.
We
like,
want our
ruining
kids to
families.
be engineers, doctors, psychologists, you know, oil producers, solar panel makers.
You don't want a TikTok thought daughter?
I'd rather have a gay son.
OnlyFans daughter or gay son? Answer the question.
Would you purchase your daughter's OnlyFans to make sure that it was
Oh.
not too inappropriate?
If she had cancer and like the only way she'd survive If she wouldn't accept money from
If
me.
your daughter had cancer, you'd make her get an OnlyFans?
No, if she-
You sicko.
Say my daughter's like 24 and like she wouldn't accept my money. She wouldn't accept my money.
Okay.
And she started OnlyFans.
I'd be like, why? First of all, why not?
would like-
Second of all, I probably wouldn't be offering that much money, so I'd be like, get it, girl.
I'd like tip her $1,000 on OnlyFans.
You would tip your own daughter $1,000 on OnlyFans?
If she wouldn't accept
what
my
if
money.
she sends you something after that?
Man, I just want to look at it. What if she wouldn't take my money? What if she's like, I'm not taking your money, Dad. Fuck you. Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad. I'm
tip-
making my own money on OnlyFans.
I'll tip her a band.
Tip her a band?
Yeah. She wouldn't take my money, I'll tip her a band on OnlyFans. I name it anonymously.
You're playing a dangerous game there,
Man,
Paul.
slippery slope.
You're playing a real slippery slope. Next thing you know, hello? FBI, open up. Yeah, man.
I can explain.
You're looking like a Lannister out here, man.
I can explain, I promise.
I'd much rather have a gay son.
It'd be a lot easier,
Much-
wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It would be a lot easier.
Yeah, it'd be like, suck a penis, man.
Yeah,
go for it,
it.
buddy.
Yeah.
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 Just don't make any money from it. You know, that's where I draw the line.
Change your last name. No Ponzio Pine's gonna be sucking dick online.
Not no Ponzio sucking no dicks online, you hear me? All right. Well, here,
Fuck.
Paul, here's to another great episode. Here's the Thought Daughters and Gay Sons.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for episode 4 of the Slightly Influenced podcast. I feel like we're getting slightly influenced more and more each and every episode, Paul. I don't know about you.
Slightly.
Go ahead and leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. Leave us a comment on what your favorite thing we discussed was today. Mine personally was the, you know what? Leave a comment. Thought, daughter, or gay son. Let us know. Let us know down below.
Yep.
Alrighty, y'all. We'll be back next week. Y'all hang tight. And make sure you get slightly influenced along the way.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.